Top 10 COVID-free places, safest destinations to travel right now, August 2020. The pandemic has managed to save a few countries around the world, and while most of them are countries that you probably never heard of in faraway Oceania and Pacific Islands, now is a good time to know or visit. 10. New Zealand. On June 8, New Zealand decalled the last of its patients suffering from coronavirus. While over 1,500 corona patients and 22 deaths faced the Pacific Island nation, a tight lockdown lasting nearly 7 weeks helped to contain its spread. Update. On the 11th of August 2020, authorities confirmed 4 cases of coronavirus from an unknown source in an Auckland household, the first recorded cases of local transmission. 9. North Korea. As soon as the first few cases trickled across the world, North Korea was the first country to close its borders. Being China's neighbor, the nation closed its border on January 21 and hasn't been reopening since. For those entering the country, stringent measures have been put in place, including a 2-month quarantine. 8. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan, a country bordered by Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Iran and Afghanistan in Central Asia, all countries with reported coronavirus infections. Most land borders were however closed early, and Turkmenistan cancelled several flights and all flights to and from China in early February. All incoming international flights were also diverted to Turkmenabat, the second largest city in the world, where a special quarantine zone was established to screen passengers for symptoms. 7. Seychelles. Seychelles has a population of 97,096 and has recorded only 11 cases of COVID-19 since the beginning, with a full recovery and no deaths. The Seychelles declared about April 8 a temporary ban on cruise ships and a flight ban from China, South Korea, Italy and Iran. As of August 1, 2020, travelers from low or medium-risk countries will be able to fly to the island. 6. Vatican City. While the Vatican is close to Rome, which was heavily affected by the virus, as of the 6th of June 2020 the Vatican declared COVID-free after all its 12 patients had recovered. Since then, there has been no relapse of cases at the Holy See. 5. St. Kitts and Nevis. The West Indies nation was declared COVID-free on May 19, when all of its 15 confirmed cases recovered. St. Kitts and Nevis has a population of just 52,441 and recorded its first cases on March 24. In order to contain the spread, the state closed its airports, schools and non-essential businesses, besides ordering a curfew and mandatory wearing of masks. 4. Fiji. Fiji confirmed the first case of COVID on the 19th of March 2020. By the 20th of April 2020, the nation proclaimed itself to be COVID-free after having recovered all of its 18 incidents. Flights have been restricted from some countries, 15-day mandatory quarantine for people entering, and schools and non-essential businesses have been closed for more than a month. 3. Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste, or East Timor, is a Southeast Asian nation located north of the Sea of Timor. As of the 15th of May 2020, Timor-Leste was declared to be COVID-free. The country placed travel restrictions on non-nationals who had visited China as early as the 10th of February. The first case in the island meant that school closures, public meetings limited to 5 and all new arrivals were quarantined. 2. Solomon Islands. The Solomon Islands are among the least visited countries in the world and can only be reached by flights from neighboring countries such as Australia, Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu. Since coronavirus has been declared a pandemic, as have many Pacific Island countries, the Solomon Islands have required a medical certificate to enable entry. Travelers entering infected countries required a quarantine day of 14 days. 1. Vanuatu, Oceania. Vanuatu has not registered any cases since the outbreak, thanks to the strict policies introduced in February. Those traveling from contaminated countries were not allowed or had to undergo quarantine, and anyone arriving in the country had to request a medical certificate.